They took me to the police station and they just started asking me all these questions. They wanted someone to pick me up, like call your mom to pick you up. And she didn't come pick me up. They escorted me to the juvenile hall when I was 14 years old. I got booked in and they put me in a little room that looked like a shower. It was called X unit. There was like a little window there, that's it. My first time I stayed there for 30 days. I was saying, when are my parents gonna come get me? And they never did. I kept hearing stories that kids will hang themselves with ropes. I left the juvenile hall and I started hanging around back to the same people because I went back to the same environment. The same thing, nothing changed. I knew that I had something to give back to the girls, so I came back to teach.
Good job. Yeah, I know. Thank you.
You gotta make sure your dreads look good.
Do they not look cool? They don't look right? I thought so. Ready. That's what I gotta tell you. Sit up. Don't go walk around without being told. It's for the camera.
The girls there, they remind me when I was younger. Hi. I feel better that I'm here with you ladies. I'm happy to see you guys. So thank you for participating. Let's go ahead and breathe in through our nose. Just not just about trying to make the poses look nice. It's more than that. It's like about the intent, you know, that you're setting, and you're in control and in charge of your body. Nobody has ever told them that. Most of the culture of like where I grew, they don't know anything about the brain. They don't know anything about trauma. Right. Thank you, ladies.
I should just do it black.
Or, yeah. Or kind of like a light color, maybe. No? No? Okay.
Or should I do it?
Do you like doing art?
Draw it?
Yeah, me too.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it just takes my mind off of everything.
Yeah. What's always on your mind?
A bunch of stuff.
Is it like by your family?
Just a bunch.
Yeah.
Everything. It's kind of difficult.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to. Sometimes we can't worry about the things that we don't have control of. You know, like if other people are doing stuff, we don't have any control of that. We only got control of how we respond. Like we choose like how we want to take it, you know?
Yeah.
And that takes stuff off your shoulder, because you have to be happy, right? And you don't want to carry someone else's luggage, do you?
No.
Yeah, so
I don't know. It's just too much, but it's okay.
yeah. Everything will be okay. That's all you have to say. Things positive to you.
Oh, the glue is up here.
What hurts me is or what I think about when I go teach, is that there's a lot of girls there, a couple girls that I have built a bond with, and I don't want to see them end up in prison. I don't want them see them going to funerals, because that's what I saw when I was younger. Most of the girls that I was with there in the juvenile hall in the girls camp, some of them ended up in prison committing really serious crimes as an adult, and even died. So I don't want that to happen to this group of girls now. So, nombre, ¿cómo te sientes y cuál es tu favorita flor? Okay, so I'll leave them here. If you change your mind of your favorite flowers, just go ahead and switch it. But when I talk to the girls, I don't look at them in the eye directly, because some of the girls don't feel safe. Do you like to write poems?
Yeah, sometimes. I used to do poems for my mom. Last time I thought she told me she was gonna come to family night.
Yeah.
So I did a poem for her. And then she didn't show up. They still told me to tell my poem, and like people started crying. I was kinda sad. If my mom was there, she would have been happy. But she wasn't. Instead, she went to the circus.
How does that make you feel?
Life goes on regardless of where I'm at, you know, just gotta face the facts. Whether you want it or not.
They feel sad and lonely. I think that they feel that nobody likes them or nobody loves them. They feel that nobody cares, and they feel that that's what their life is supposed to be like.
I don't know, I feel like a lot started happening around me that was kind of too much to handle at my age. My home life was kind of like, it was never really normal. Like there was always something going on, and I think I was just exposed to a lot of stuff at a young age that I was just used to doing bad things. Like I didn't really even have respect for myself. And that has a lot to do with why I would get in trouble. I think it's just because I would always worry about other things and I wouldn't take the time to like worry about myself. And that's always been hard for me. When I feel overwhelmed, I'll cope with certain things that aren't that like healthy. I have unhealthy habits, I guess. I don't know what to do with my feelings, so I take them out in negative ways. Yeah. She's been an addict for a long time, and then I kind of like followed her footsteps in a way, but she wasn't like so happy about that. But she'd always tell me like she doesn't want me to be like her, and it's not like I'm trying to be like her, but it's like I don't know if it's like genes or something. Like my dad's an addict too, so I believe that like if two addicts make a baby, like I think your baby will like most likely be an addict too. Because life is a beautiful struggle.
Roxana Enrique is dedicated to my familia y loved ones. And I used to spell my name with the Roxana because I did not know my name was Rocsana. This one I remember. Like, so the boys were always behind us, I guess, like thinking that, oh, we're the boss. I used to do crazy stuff. I remember that day. We all wanted to be tough. And my curly hair too. I used to put mousse in gel. I sometimes wish that I was young again. Because I felt like all my youth was taken away. I never took the opportunity to, you know, just be a child. This is like the only thing that I have from when I was young because everything else got destroyed. The gang life that's not what my life was supposed to be like. You see, I don't even want this picture. I used to write like that when I was young. And it's like in English and Spanish, like gang style. I don't like it. Oop. Yes. I don't live in my past no more. And these friends are not even here. They're still doing the same thing, so I don't need people like that in my life. So now there's nothing.
I'm kind of happy that I got caught. I never really wanted to be in the street life, but it just comes to you. Like, you can be the most innocent girl and still be in Sure or Norte. Like, that's just how it is. It's hard when you're a teenager to get out of it because you don't want to die. I've lost so many friends. It's crazy how many dead bodies you could see. as a 14-year-old. I used to stay with my grandma in Vallejo sometimes, and it's unholy there. I recently just lost my friend. He was 16. I guess he died over someone shooting him. And when I found out, I was at the hall. And nobody told me till like a month later. And that kind of hit me because he was like my best friend. Like, wherever I'd go, he'd go. And I wrote him a letter. It said, "Why did you have to leave me, big baby? Why would you take that bullet from me? You had so much ahead of you. G.O.D. you did. Remember how you gave me my name? You was all like, well, I'm gonna call you Little Mama Cheesecake. I thank you for getting me out the gang life. I've known you for 5 years now, and I never got to say goodbye. Sorry I never listened. You tried so hard to keep me in line, and I fucked up. Every time I sleep in my damn jail bed, I always picture us having our sleepovers. Remember the first time we had a sleepover? You took all the blankets, drooled all over me, and you would cuddle me so hard I couldn't get it to pee. You taught me so much shit. You taught me how to write raps, how to wash my back, and how to love someone so much. You honestly meant the world to me. You was and is my soulmate. Remember when I gave you your name? Ray, you was so mad. Bae, don't call me that. That's not even funny. And you always call me Bae. Ugh, you irritated me sometimes. But you is and was my best friend for life. You took a bullet for me, I'm taking one for you. I love you forever and always, Little Mama Cheesecake. Come on, Ivan.
I started thinking about my kids' future, like, what are they gonna think when they grow up? Like, I don't want them to grow up the same way I did. I feel like, you know, like, I was a child.
Ooh, that is a beautiful one.
Why can't you do better as a parent? I want to be that perfect parent that I never had.
Feel it.
I don't want to continue that cycle of violence and just ignoring my children. I want them to enjoy their childhood.
Go, jump.
And enjoy being kids. Like every kid should feel. Not feeling like they're growing up so fast. Because I felt like that. I feel like I grew up so fast.